Hey, what's up, YouTube? Happy Friday. It's Jason from the Brass Brigade. So I was getting up this morning and I was like, what knife should I do a little review on? Well, I'm going to do a review on my Medford Praetorian Genesis that I got from Knifejoy. The reason I'm reviewing this knife is because of all the knives I've bought in the last few months, this is the one that I carry most of the time. And it's just an awesome all-around knife, right? Medford's a kind of like a tried and true knife manufacturer. They're out of Phoenix, Arizona, and just look up Medford Knife and Tool and you'll find out where you can get these guys. I would look at Knifejoy first because they have more of your harder to find kind of one-off Medfords that not a lot of people are going to have. Like this one right here with the Vulcan blade. You can't just go to Medford Knife and Tool and order this blade. It's like, I'm not sure exactly how they do it, but I just know us small people, we can't just ask them for this knife for whatever reason. This is a full titanium frame lock knife, right? And Medfords, they have some really nice tight tolerances, and they're built like a beast. Like this is a knife, like, I bring this knife when my chick's dad asked me to come over and help him with stuff around the house, because if I need to actually use it, I know it's not going to break and it's going to, you know, be reliable every time I need it to be. This has S35 VN steel. So this knife, it looks bigger than it actually is. When I show people this knife, especially if they're not knife guys, they're like, oh dude, that thing's huge, but it's actually not that big. So here, just to give you a rough idea, with the glass breaker, it's about 8 inches long. It has a blade length of about 3.5 inches. It has about 3 1/4 inch cutting area. Look at that nice little edge right there. Bling. I have not sharpened this since I got it a couple months ago, and it still cuts through paper pretty good. I just usually use it to break down boxes and shit like that. But anyways, so check it out. It's got a cool little, I think this is a D-tool steel. It's PVD coated back here. It's a glass breaker. Yeah, you know, it just has the pivot hardware and then the 2 screws back here and 2 right there, and then your pocket clip screws. This does have a lock bar over travel, right? I got this one. It has all flamed hardware. It's sort of like a violet bluish color, and this fucking really sets off the Vulcan blade. So anyways, this is going to be a short one. So here at the Brass Brigade, we have our little scoring system, right? Now check it out. The Medford Praetorian Genesis got an overall score of 32, right? We do comfort carry, build finish, price value, cool factor. What's funny is this is one of the lower scored knives, yet it's my favorite. And I say that to say this. I judge every knife honestly, right? So as per like comfort carry, it carries fine. And in a minute, I'll show you some size comparisons, but it's not nearly as gnarly as most people think this knife is. But it's not the most comfortable knife I have, you know? I don't really whine about hot spots or anything like that. It does have a pretty nice little front finger choil that you can use. I wear about a size medium, large in gloves, so if you have hands bigger than mine, it's probably not going to work that well for you, because my knuckle just hugs right onto the edge almost. But I've got some pretty nasty shooter's hands, so I don't really give a shit. But yeah, it has these cool little like steel, you know, blade stop studs, great action, super like, it has really smooth phosphor bronze washers. These are definitely not drop shut or anything like that when you get them, but they do break in nice, you know. And see a lot of reviews and the guys are like, oh, it's just really stiff, so I had to loosen the pivot. Like, don't loosen the pivot, just use it, it'll break in. So anyways, comfort carry, 7. Build finish, I almost gave it an 8, but then I'm like, it's Medford. These guys have great, you know, their quality control is top notch. I have about 8 Medfords right now. And out of those 8, I've had one that wasn't quite centered good. And something really weird, the blade stop studs right here, they actually were like loose. So anyways, I had my buddy fix that for me, that, you know, sort of a knife wizard. But Other than that one experience, like every knife I've got from them is rock solid. I mean, it really is. I know their tolerances are super tight. Just watch any Greg Medford's videos. He'll talk about in detail, like, you know, all the processes they do and the heat treating of the blade, especially on this Vulcan blade finish. They heat treat the lock bar. It does not have a lock bar insert. But it seems to work okay. Anyways, again, I can, you know, spidey flick it, thumb flick it with no wrist whatsoever. Yeah, just a good knife. Anyways, so build finish got a, I bumped it up to a 9. I mean, it's a Medford, man. That's why you're paying the high dollar, right, for these, because they're tried and true. Price value, kind of low. It's a 7. You know, for the price you pay for this knife right here, you can go online right now and find dozens of companies that are building knives at a pretty high fucking quality rating with the same materials for literally half the cost I paid for this. Let's just say I have Glocks with red dots on them that were cheaper than this knife. Yeah, so they're expensive. They all range in price. I can tell you a Praetorian Genesis goes anywhere from, I think, like $670 onward, right? Like, you can get them for, they have ones that are $1,200. This one was just under $1,000. So, anyways, yeah, that's a 7. Cool factor, fucking 9, right? It's a 9. When I pulled this thing out at the tattoo shop, and artists, you know, they're tat guys that I work with, they're like, dude, what the fuck? Let me check that thing out. That thing is sick, right? It's a 9, right? It's not quite a 10, only because they've been around so long, and so many people kind of know about Praetorians, and it's kind of like, you know, been there, done that. You know, so anyways, but if we're just talking everyday people that aren't into knives like we are, yeah, it's a 9, possibly a 10 sometimes. So here it is next to a Sharpie, right? Get the thickness right here, right? It's about as thick as a Sharpie is wide. Great pocket clip, milled titanium, have no issues with that. I mean, really no issues at all with these. Anyways, so anyways, there it is next to a Sharpie. Boom. How about this? I don't like doing size comparisons with other knives, because a lot of the time I'll be watching a review and the guy will be like, oh, here it is next to so-and-so knife. And I'm like, dude, I've never even held that knife. How the fuck would I know what size it is? So anyways, there it is next to a $20 bill, right? What else we got? Oh, okay, I got one. All right, okay. You ready? Here we go. Here it is next to Mad Max / freaking COVID virus infected Glock 19. Right? With a red dot. Boom. This is a United R&D Research slide, Trijicon RMR, Kinetotech trigger. All trigger work was done by yours truly. Right? This gun is not loaded for all you weenies out there that think I'm that dumb. Anyways. So there you have it. The Medford Praetorian Genesis. This is my most used and probably my favorite everyday carry knife. Please like the video, you know, subscribe if you haven't. Stay safe, shoot straight, and until next time. Yeah.